Hey friends, welcome to the Squadcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Ken El Pescado.
I'm Mitch B.
Well,
Hey,
go for it, Ken.
thanks for joining us, guys. And we've had a little bit of a break. I want to say that's on me because I've been in the middle of moving, getting away from crazy San Jose down to wonderful San Diego.
Well, I'm going to say we're sad you moved. We missed the great Bart Simpson picture that was on your back wall. We do require it to come back.
Like pictures. I have something more theme appropriate now.
He had to stand up. He wanted to show his butt.
Yeah, I have butt implants in my shorts.
Big Booty Judy.
Well, Mitch, we're here to learn a little bit about you. So tell us what got you into the triathlon world.
Well, I played a lot football and wrestled growing up. Into sports, had some success in that, and then went to college, wrestled for a year. That got done. Moved home, started farming, working with Dad. Drank a lot of beer, ate a lot of pizza, got pretty fat. And then, I was drinking with a buddy one night who had also done a sprint the year before up at his girlfriend's cabin. It was late one night, and I bet him that 3 months from then that I'd kick his ass at that race, and we bet $50 on it. And I didn't have a bike. I rode BMX and stuff as a kid, but I hadn't really rode a bike since high school. And so I went on Craigslist and bought a Trek road bike and started riding it with baggy shorts and no helmet and didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then, I just started running and drowning myself at the Y back and forth. And 3 months later, I kicked his ass and got $50. So then I signed up for a couple more. Then the next year, did some sprints, Olympics. Then I did a 70.3, and then the next year I did raced all year, then did an Ironman, and just pretty much every distance. But
wow, if
had
$50
fun with it.
bragging rights isn't motivation to do it, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
The amount of dumb things we've done for $50 or less. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yep.
Or paid $50 to do.
Yeah. No doubt. Or 750.
Oh, entry fees. Oh. Yeah. So, hey, thinking of triathlon real quick, what's your favorite distance and kind of why? What's the world that you've liked as far as triathlon distances?
I would say an Olympic or 70.3, just because you don't have to run a marathon. Otherwise, the bike, the longer the better, but running marathons sucks.
Great.
But I don't know, probably 70.3, because you can race and push it pretty hard and not really have to die too bad on a half marathon can be terrible if it's hot and long, but not as bad as a Ironman suffering out there. But
not many people run an Ironman. Most of them walk. So.
Log.
Yeah.
Death March.
So, anything on your agenda for this year, Mitch?
I will probably be riding a lot of gravel roads on my bike. There's some small dinky races around here that I'd say by midsummer I might jump in and just ride, but no, competitively nothing this year.
Okay. So I think a lot of our teammates followed what happened with you last year, but give us the down and dirty of what happened on the road that changed things a little bit in your triathlon career.
Yeah. All right. Last year was probably my fourth or fifth year racing, but I was pretty fit. And then last June, about a year ago, I'd qualified for Chattanooga and raced in a couple Olympics, I think, after that. And then I was doing some road racing, bike races, and was actually really starting to like that a lot, having decent. Actually, the 2 races before my accident, I won both of those in Cat 5. So I was, so I had to go down as a Cat 5 when I crashed. Never move up, but yeah. So I was out on a road ride with about 10 riders, guys I rode with quite a bit from Mankato, Minnesota, and we were it was a Tuesday night ride, which we always did, and we were probably going to ride like 65, 70 miles that night, and we were about 35, about halfway in, and we just went up a climb, and me and another guy kind of separated from the group, and then we waited up and got rolling in the pack again, and we were riding in a pace line, where you rotate through, then fall back. There was about 4 guys rotating, and then everyone else kind of sits in, and then I was a few bikes back, and there was some debris in the road, and I kind of swerved, and instead of flying into the bikes I was by, I kind of tried to save it, and ended up flying over my handlebars. We were going about 30, and I went right over the yellow line, right under the bumper of a car heading down the highway, they figure about 45, and I went under both tires. And then something under the car caught the top, upper thigh, and it pretty much ripped my upper thigh off up to my butt cheek. And, that whole area, and then severed my femoral artery. Ooh. And luckily, one of the guys I was riding with was an ex-Army medic and PA at the hospital, and he was able to get people to take their jerseys off and get it packed, because it was the point where it was, they couldn't do a tourniquet, so they had to pack it and take turns holding pressure. So in the meantime, ambulances and every sheriffs and stuff were showing up, and they would have a couple things here and there that I needed. I don't really remember it, but apparently I was conscious. He had me talk. I remember him kind of talking to me a little bit, but I was laying on my back. My shoulders are this way. My legs were basically the other way, because I broke my whole pelvis was shattered. My femur came dislocated from my hip socket, and then I broke my lower 8 vertebrae, pelvis, tailbone, sacrum, 11 ribs, collarbone.
You didn't break.
What's that?
Sounds like it's a shorter list of the things you didn't break.
Yeah, no. And then quite a bit of road rash. Very extensive road rash. Concussion, all that stuff. But then anyways, so the helicopter finally landed, and they got me loaded up in there that was going to take me to Minneapolis. And for some reason, the helicopter crew shut it off. And when they got me back loaded up, the thing would not start. It had an electronic issue. So the helicopter was stopped. So they unload me off the helicopter. So everybody out there thinks I'm dead, because they're taking me off the helicopter. So they throw me in the ambulance, but the helicopter came through. The helicopter crew came with on the ambulance, and then they jumped on and hauled me to Mankato, and they had enough blood and stuff to keep me alive. And then they got me to Mankato, stabilized me a little bit, and put a bunch more blood in, and then they airlifted me to Rochester, Minnesota, which is the Mayo Clinic, which is absolutely probably the best hospital in the country, if not the world. And luckily, it's only an hour away from me. And then I was basically I was in the ICU for 14 weeks, and I think I had surgery 12 or 13 out of those days. Every day I'd go down for just a whole day of surgery, then I'd lay there, recover, and do it again. And then I kind of woke up after. Well, I kind of remember a little bit towards the end of that, and just been getting better ever since.
Wow.
But
your sister's stories that you put up on the website.
Yeah, and then also with all that, I had a lot of other stuff going on too. I had total kidney failure, so I had to do dialysis, probably, or not, I had to do that. So was it every couple days, or once every day, or once every 2 days for hours, and then they just kind of started working again, because there was so much dead tissue and stuff that my kidneys couldn't. In my blood, they put 17 units of blood into me that night. I think the human body holds between 10 and 12, so a lot of tissue and stuff going through there. And then I also was about an inch from ripping out my anus. So that was full of stitches and everything. So they actually had to do a colostomy. So I got to have one of those till January and then get that reversed and everything. And then, and then the whole learning how to walk again and all that. But we're heading in the right direction now. So.
Wow. So the phrase "no skin off my ass" that's what we mean to you.
That's right. Yeah. I literally broke my gooch. Crushed pelvic floor.
Did you get that package I sent with the Green Beer Matters t-shirt?
I think I wore that on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, thanks. I figured that I think John told me that was you, I think. At first I didn't know who it was from. It didn't say. I was like,
nice.
I think Shun kind of spilled the beans.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I was gonna say just, thanks for sharing that with us. That's I think some people on the team know, but not everybody. And
yeah.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's what happened. I'm just amazed, what the doctors could do. I haven't actually seen a doctor since. Well, I got the colostomy reversed in January, so then I couldn't, and I had a scar, or the wound was just about healed, and then I had like a little hematoma, so it opened up, so I had to keep packing it. It was fine. They just didn't want it to get infected or anything, so they watched that till about February, but I haven't even seen a doctor since then. But in a month, I'll go get checkups and see what happened, or X-rays, CT scans, and then we'll see what's up from there. I might get some hardware out. I'm still got. I'm absolutely full of hardware in my lower back and pelvis are just crazy. But I've got some rods holding my upper body to my pelvis while my spine healed. So I think we'll take those out and might be able to take that last spacer out of my headset and start riding slammed again. But so no, I was using so basically, I was in the hospital from July until the middle of August, and then from the middle of August until the middle of October, I got to live in a nursing home because I couldn't stand or get up out of bed myself. So they had to lift me with the lift out of bed and shower me and all that stuff. So then as soon as I was able to ride in the car a little bit and do a little better, I moved to my parents' house, and then physical therapy would come there 3 times a week, and basically was hunkered down there from middle of October till the middle of December, and then I started going out and getting better. Started swimming actually a fair amount. What's that?
Ladies, take note.
Oh, yeah.
Connection.
Yeah, started swimming a little bit, and then was doing pretty good around Christmas time. Then January I had that reversal, the colostomy. So they cut through my abdomen wall, so I couldn't really lift more than 10 pounds for 8 weeks. So that kind of backed me up a little bit in more than one way. But so actually January was a pretty low key month for me, and then February, March started getting on the trainer again in March, riding a little bit, and started riding outside. And May, I think the first ride was 10 miles, and now I'm riding 40. I think I'll be able to be all. I mean, I don't have much power yet, but I figure if I can't go fast, might as well go far.
Yeah.
Try to.
Nice.
Well, I almost feel obligated to ask: have you rode by that spot yet, or?
No, it's actually 2 hours, hour and a half away from my house where it happened. It's not even close to where I live, and I don't even know if I would really recognize it. I mean, we were just hauling ass on a group ride, and all of a sudden, just boom, it happened. It wasn't an area I was even familiar with. But
okay.
No, I guess I haven't. And I don't know. I would. It was such a freak accident how it happened that I'm not I'm not really afraid to ride on the road, but I mean, I'm very cautious, and I got one of those Garmin radars. I think everybody should have one of those too.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Well, depending on how hard it rains there, it might still be some of your ass cheek on the asphalt. So
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to skip back some questions because we got your big story there, but we didn't ask some of our normal questions before we jumped into that. But like one of the things I wanted to ask was like, how did you hear about TRS and how did you get involved with the team and such?
Let's see. I just kind of had Twitter and I just saw some of the funny bullshit going on there, and then I wound up listening to the podcasts. I wasn't on it the first year.
Mm-hmm.
I think was that like 14 maybe.
Yeah.
So I joined in 15 and I listened to the podcast and I've met several people and had fun with it. It's a good group of people. Wish the podcast was still rolling. That's pretty fun, pretty funny. but yeah. That's about it. I said about 3 times there.
That's all right.
Yeah, we're trying to pump a few units of blood back into the team with this right here.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Mr. Hobbs off training for Mont Tremblant, allegedly.
I did see that video on Instagram today that Mark threw up there. That was pretty inspirational, I must say.
Yes.
It's more.
It made me want to do 4 push-ups for him.
Well, we're pulling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still got a good 2 months. I don't know if he had planned to do the 70.3 up there coming up as a little reconnaissance. Hell, I don't know if they do the same course or not.
I'm not sure.
I've never been to Canada. And I live in the northernmost state, so I have no excuses. I probably should go there sometime.
Probably owe us all a sorry for that.
Yeah. I could go see Kevin or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and Webster. Yeah, there's all kinds of them actually.
Oh yeah. Well, Webster's way out
in the Mexico of Canada.
Yeah, I clicked on one of his Strava things one time and thought, whoa, that's a ways away.
He keeps inviting us to a race, but no one ever makes it. It's out there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, partly after asking like how you got involved, like, what might be some of your favorite things you've done as a team person, and maybe what might be the dumbest thing you've ever done with the team?
Oh man, let's see. I went down to Tulsa. Let's see, that would have been like a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
And then we rode, and I think there was 5 or 6 of us there, maybe. And we rode, and the weather was crappy. We swam some. We didn't really run that. We ran a little bit too, but we don't drink beer, had fun. It's kind of a mini training camp in March. Otherwise, yeah, I met. Just mostly, there's not really a big presence in Minnesota, so. I mean, at races, I will if I go to a race in Wisconsin or something, or every once in a while I'll run into like one person sometimes. So, but I haven't really had any big team experiences really here. But when I've been to like some of the bigger races, I definitely meet up with somebody and shoot the shit after the race usually.
Very cool.
Yes.
Well, I might have to meet you at one of those Wisconsin races. You should let me know of anything that you're willing to travel to, and I'll try to have a good excuse. Go up to my in-laws. They're up in Leinenkugel country, so.
Oh yeah.
I've been on that tour more than 100 times.
Yeah.
Mitch, any embarrassing incidents since you've been a member of the team that team related?
I don't know. I got no shame.
Any incident where you were embarrassed for someone else on the team?
I don't know. I wish I had something good to tell you, but I really don't. Nothing that embarrassing, I guess. No.
That's how normal it is.
Yeah, like I don't know. My definition of embarrassing is probably different than most people, but I don't know.
That's awesome.
Kind of let whatever goes.
Oh.
But I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's embarrassing. I probably drink way more beers after the race than a lot of people.
Not embarrassing. It's reality.
Might wonder why I had 5 beers and everyone else had 2, but hey, whatever.
Beer, damn it.
You haven't been at the New York race. I think there's a 2 beer to finish the finish line minimum. Some beer hand ups.
I know. That was a lot of the reason I got into TRS, just because it seemed like nobody gave a shit about that. A lot of races you're around, people are too serious about it.
Oh yeah.
You're an age grouper at a hobby.
That's right. Well, is there anything that is the quintessential Mitch that we need to know of?
I don't know. I'm a farmer. Probably not any other farmers on the team. I grow corn and soybeans. Very rural southern Minnesota. I played high school sports, farmer. I like to ride a bike. I realized the most after doing triathlon that I definitely like to ride a bike the most. But otherwise, I don't know.
All right. Well, Ken, you got any last questions for Mitch before we hang him up?
Yeah, man. It's the first time we've gotten to talk and learned a lot and still got mad respect for all the stuff you've gotten through. And it's, I think, a huge motivator to a lot of us on the team to see it bounce back from major incident and be back in action with a great attitude about it. So thanks for sharing that today and all along through it. And I think I'm not alone being highly motivated by seeing you back in action and hope to see you, doing the most that you want to get out of it from here on.
Yeah, we can jump in. I can jump into a relay sometime.
Ooh, now you're talking.
Yeah, I might be a specialist relay guy.
Well, it's funny you say that. Last year, we had a team relay that got first place in a half Ironman. So
there you go. Well, you don't want me swimming then, because I can't kick worth shit anymore.
If we need a swimmer, we got a few of them in the team. We can call.
All right. Well, then I'm definitely not running.
Well, I'll do the run. You do the bike. We'll get a swimmer.
All right. Well, I know I got to get a little faster, though, before I'm going to go.
Oh, we just get you a more expensive bike. It'll solve all your problems, right?
I don't know. I got a decent bike.
Yeah, Di2, no ETAP stuff. No.
Oh, no. ETAP is way better. I don't even have a TT bike anymore, actually. But I got a nice road bike that'll work just fine.
I heard AJ.
The one that I crashed on is actually just fine. It skipped over the road and landed in the road ditch, so it's fine.
I would hang that thing on the wall.
It's on the trainer, so
there you go. It's got to be like a staple in the house somewhere.
Yeah, making the most out of that front NB wheel on the trainer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So next relay comes up on the bike. Now that you can properly pinch one off, you'll be a pinch hitter.
That's right. All right. Sounds good, guys.
Well, thanks for taking the time with us.
Oh, this is fun. Cheers.
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 So we should probably all shotgun a beer, but that sounds like work.
All right.
I don't know. I think Ken should shotgun a beer.
He's training.